working hard is getting extinct in younger generations. If you watch some interviews with some wealthy older people, they almost always say that their generation was more hardworking. Of course, there is some input of their self-belief that they have done it good, so they have done it better. But I think you can agree with me on that. You can see a lot of young people who dismiss the idea of working hard. Instead, some of them say that I work smart, not hard. Well, there is some point to that, but the point of this video is to clear everything around this idea, around this quote, and how to make the most amount of work out of it, and therefore the most amount of benefits in whatever niche you choose. So at first I'll stick with only the hard work concept. So of course it is crucial that you put in the hours into the thing. Whether or not we're talking about business. So for example, like right now I'm recording a YouTube video for my channel. I can succeed without putting enough time to working on recording this video and then editing it a little bit, at least. So the work has to be done, even though it's not as pleasurable as it might be, even though there are some cons to it, because of course, like talking to the camera seems simple and it's not that complicated. I'm not saying that it's harder than doctor's work, but it brings some things that you have to overcome and actually train yourself to be good at. So it is hard work, as well as hard work might be studying at the university for a degree that will give you a, let's say, doctor's job. Because some of you might want to actually go with a set-up career, and there's nothing wrong to that. Anything that feels purposeful to you. But whatever you choose, you can succeed if you don't work hard in this niche, because you have competition. There are people around you who want to achieve the same thing. There are other YouTubers at my level, so pretty low right now, who want to go further, go up in the self-improvement niche. And I have to put the work into this channel so I can actually overcome them. As well as you might want to put the hard work and overcome those future doctors at the university and book yourself a better career. So the concept of hard work is pretty simple. It doesn't even have the definition. You have to actually do the tasks that you're set to do, even though they're not easy and they're not quick. Because hard work is pretty time consuming, like in its basis. Because one certain task might be easy, but one certain task won't take you anywhere. You'd have to be very lucky to do one thing in life and actually succeed. Like bring yourself to the top with one thing. It's impossible. So we have to actually work, and work. Hamza says the quote at the end of his videos: do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. And it's a very smart one because, well, if you're watching this video, you might get motivated. So, okay, I'll actually do the thing to achieve the success. But after the effect of this video, the motivation wears off, you're left with the idea from previous hour or sometime, and little to no motivation, little to no energy to do it, because it wore off and now you still have to do it, but the feelings around it are not so positive. So what you do? Some of people will actually quit in this moment. And you probably know those people. You know someone who said he's gonna do something, like be excited about it, and then you hear that they've made no results. More than no result, than no effort put into it. So hard work is, in its matter, a very important aspect to achieve success in any niche. But these days people say that they work in a smart way, not hard way. And while working smart is also a very important aspect, but if someone says to you that he works smart so he doesn't have to work hard, no, it's an excuse. If someone says that I'm working smart, so I don't have to do this and this, so I don't have to put in enough time, of course I won't use the word enough, I don't have to use that much time. But well, you probably know what we're talking about. Many people these days will say it as simply an excuse for themselves, not even for you, for themselves. So they believe that they work hard, so they believe that they're coming closer to the goal, but most likely they will fail. But there is actually an aspect to working hard in a smart way. Because as we've said, hard work is just focusing on the tasks and fulfilling them. And you can do it in many ways. And some of them are actually indeed smart. Because, example given, the ethic of your work is important. So the smart work is not even about some life hacks, but as well, there are some. But it's not about only some tricks to make your work better. It's about the entire ethic of your work. There is a popular quote that you shouldn't work like a mule, but like a lion. What does it mean? Well, it all comes to the idea of deep work. So one smart aspect you can implement to your work ethic is deep working. And let's compare two people. We have one guy who works in the office. He works his usual 9 to 5 job. What do you think he's doing throughout the day? Like fulfilling some documents, sending some emails. Oh, the notification on my phone. Okay. Someone wrote to me. Okay, fine. Coming back to work. That means after someone asks him, hey, do you want to go for a coffee? Yeah, sure. They're gone for 20 minutes. He comes back. He has to remind himself what he was doing, what email he was writing. And throughout the entire day, they get distracted multiple times. Sometimes by themselves, sometimes by others, let's say. So it would be a mule work. So you do like one task and spread it throughout a long period of time because of your own self and your own approach to it. While the lion, while the lion hunts the prey, he's at first a little bit of preparing, then like a sprinting job. So like he attacks the prey, grabs it, and the task is done. And that's how you should work. You should work in like those bursts of work. So how to do it properly? Well, first thing, rip off all the notifications on your phone, put it on the quiet mode, put it on the plane mode even if needed. Like do yourself a favor to make some time for focusing simply and solely on one task. One and only. So it's called deep work because you put all your attention into the task. And the way not to lose your attention is silencing your phone, alienating yourself from others for the time of the task. So for an hour and a half, maybe even half an hour, because it's not easy to put yourself in this framework of working, focus, everything. It's not easy at the very beginning, so you might be able to do only half an hour, but it still will be more valuable half an hour than 4 hours of work in the office where you jump exercises, you jump topics, you jump tasks, you skip something, you go away, you be distracted all the time, not focused at what you have to do. That half an hour would be more valuable. And the neat part is, after half an hour, you go rest a little, couple of minutes, and you're ready to go for 30 minutes again. Maybe this time it will be 25. But the point is that if you do it for a short while, your limit won't be half an hour, but an hour or over. So then you go an hour, you wait 8 minutes, you go 55 minutes, you wait a couple minutes, and then you go for 50 minutes, and you're over 3 hours of work time, like work period. But in comparison to 3 hours into the office, you'd be multiple times more effective. But the work ethic is not the only aspect of working smart while working hard. Because there are some things, some tricks, some life hacks you can implement to your work basically. And I won't be throwing them all, like, you have to find them in your niche because every niche will have them unique. But example given, a lot of ideas could be taken out of the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. So example given, one of the takeaways was that if you want to learn something, you should put the thing in a very accessible place. If you want to have contact with something, you have to put this in a visible, accessible area. So example given, if I were to learn a guitar, this would be my task, my job. So what I would do, I would buy myself a guitar and put it somewhere in the room where I can see it most often. So likely I put it probably there next to the couch. So every time I enter my room, I see it and I would be able to simply grab it and start playing. In this matter, the wrong output, wrong thing would be putting it somewhere hidden. So like, or example, hiding it in its case every time. I would put it exposed and open, so I just take it from that place and I can start playing. I don't have to take that guitar suitcase, open it, like put it all over my floor, open it, take the guitar, start playing for a little, put it down again, close the guitar suitcase, put it again. Too much work. If you want to actually achieve like this success in something where an item is needed or an application on your computer or on your phone is needed, make it as accessible for you as possible. Another like trick that was, I mean, probably someone already done that, like multiple people, but this singular idea was of mine, but inspired by Sam Sulek's workouts, where Sam Sulek on the cut posts that he spends some time on the cardio, but then on the cardio sometimes he has like multiple apps on his treadmill. So it would be for watching movies, videos, YouTube. So for playing games, there was some viral video of Sam Sulek talking about doing cardio while playing Clash of Clans. And we know that this easy dopamine is not that good for you, but in this case, you can do something pleasurable to connect with this hard task to make yourself work harder for it. So my idea is I basically watch Netflix while on the staircase master doing cardio. The first two cardio sessions this year were for me a pain in the ass. I went to 50 stories and stop. I have no energy. No. But then I said, okay, let's go for more. How to go for more? I can maybe watch something. Like some did. So I put the phone with a series in front of me and I was able to hit 140 stories at one session, 100 at the other, 70s instead of 50s. Like those little things that you can do to still work hard, so you don't take like smart work doesn't implement that you don't work hard. That's the key takeaway of today's video. And rather, you have to combine those two to make the most effort, make the most benefit out of the time you spend working. Because the hard work itself is gonna work, of course. But if you put some of the smartness from this quote, so you put something to make yourself go for more in any way, work ethic, some life hacks, maybe the approach to the task, anything you can change in your hard work so that it gives more benefits is way more valuable than just spending some time thinking that you work because you work in a smart way. So now, working both hard and smart, go and make your way to a better future.